Warning, this video discusses suicide. There are several reasons why the Trinity Killer is considered to be the best ever villain in Dexter, and this is mostly rooted in how Dexter Morgan and Arthur Mitchell mirror each other. In fact, Arthur is arguably the better serial killer in terms of hiding in plain sight. While Dexter hid inside the forensic team of Miami's police department for over 15 years, Arthur spent 3 whole decades pretending to be a teacher, deacon, and upstanding member of the community. Like how Dexter used his profession to cover his tracks, Arthur used his 4 walls 1 heart sites across the country as alibis for his murders. Moreover, as Dexter himself notes, he and Arthur were both born in blood, burdened with a dark passenger early in their lives. Back in 1959, a then 10-year-old Arthur accidentally caused the death of his sister. This led to the eventual suicide of his mother and then his father abusing him. When Arthur was 15, his father was found dead after being bludgeoned in an alley, presumably Arthur's first victim. By the time he's introduced in season 4, Arthur had already claimed over 200 other lives. It's not hard to imagine that, had their circumstances been exchanged, Dexter may have had Arthur's life, and vice versa. In fact, second only to Dexter, the Trinity Killer had the most compelling murder rituals. It was Agent Frank Lundy who called Arthur the Trinity Killer, based on how he always kills in threes. The first is always a young female with her femoral artery slit in her own bathtub. The second is a mother of 2 forced to jump from a deadly height, and the third is a father bludgeoned to death. Since 1976, Arthur has committed all 69 kill cycles in this same order, and always between school breaks. However, Dexter then uncovered a 4th kill in the pattern. Prior to the 3, Arthur also buries a 10-year-old boy in cement. The boy represents Arthur himself, while the young female represents her sister, and the next 2 victims are his parents. So just like Dexter, Arthur's murders are also products of his deep childhood trauma. However, what really attracted Dexter to Arthur is the sheer efficiency of his system. Dexter's own narration can barely hide his admiration for Arthur's systemic approach to serial killing. Even when Dexter was toying with Arthur, Dexter's fascination with the man made him reckless and vulnerable. Notably, one of the best, most tense scenes ever in the show is Arthur showing up at the police station, catching Dexter completely off guard like no villain has ever done. But most importantly, had Dexter allowed Arthur to kill himself, Dexter's wife Rita may still be alive, and Dexter's son Harrison may not have had to carry his own dark passenger. So apart from his over 200 kills, the Trinity Killer left behind a huge legacy, having the last laugh against the Bay Harbor Butcher. But what do you think? Who's actually the best Dexter villain? Tell us in the comments, and thanks for watching ScreenRant.